Hello YouTubers, it's Doom143 back at it again, but this time, this is not a comic haul. This is to say congratulations to Dr. Drvonchilla. I'm entering his 1-year anniversary contest into YouTube, and first of all, of course, I just wanted to say congratulations to Dr. Drvonchilla. Love your videos with Ellis, love your comics with behind the cover, love your other comic videos, so yeah, just thank you for having those. Congratulations. Dr. Drvonchilla wanted to know 2 things. 1, what's your passion behind comic? Where it started? Where is it now? And secondly, what are the top 5 comics that you cannot absolutely live without? If you had to give away all your comic collections and only keep 5, what 5 would you keep? Well, let me tell you about my passion first. First of all, it started when I was a young kid and was watching TV shows. There used to be an old Batman and Robin TV show that I used to love. It was super corny. It used to have bam and pow and lots of colors, but I was a young kid. I loved that show. As I got older, I also started to watch The Incredible Hulk. It started Lou Ferrigno. It was pretty awesome. It was an awesome show. I just believed everything. I thought he was super cool. Later on in life, I actually had to move into my grandma's house on the Big Island. And when I had to move into my grandma's house, luckily for me, my uncle that was in World War II used to keep a comic collection. So that's my first introduction into the actual comic world. And I used to just read those comics and just enjoy my time with the comics, and it was just really great. As I got older, then I started to watch this thing that they don't have anymore. It used to be called Saturday morning cartoons. Saturday morning cartoons, you could watch your Justice League friends. You could watch you could watch Spider-Man and his amazing friends. And it was just really awesome. Later on, around 7th and 8th grade, that's when I started to really get into comics. And of course, the big thing at that time was the X-Men. I used to just love collecting the X-Men, just love reading all their books. I used to watch their battles, watch their fights, and I just thought it was super sick. I used to love Cyclops, but my favorite of all was always Colossus. Colossus was always my favorite. But their battles with Magneto, their battles with Doctor Doom were just so awesome. I used to love the colors and just everything about comics, their battles with the Sentinels. It was just a really good time for me, a great pastime, a great way for me to escape if anything was going wrong. And I just really enjoyed the time I had with my comics. And the X-Men, you know, they've been with me from the very beginning. To be honest, then I stopped collecting. I stopped buying comics. I stopped reading comics because I just got older and I started to get other interests. I guess you could call those interest girls. But one of my main interests when I was young was music. And one of my favorite musicians was Eminem. Eminem was always and has been and still will be my favorite rapper, my favorite musician of all time. I found out he was coming out with a comic book with Iron Man on it. I had to buy it. I didn't want to buy it so much for the comic, but I bought it for the Eminem part, but that's what refueled the fire. It started to get back in me, and I wanted to know what books to buy. So I asked the guy, what should I buy? What's hot? What's new? He goes, well, you can always try Miss Marvel. She's a new girl. That's a new thing that came up. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do that. What else should I get? And he's all like, well, there's this new character that's out. Everybody seems to like him. His name is Deadpool. So you should get into that. So I told him, all right, man, I'm going to get into that. And that's what really fueled the fire. Then next thing you know, all these Marvel movies started coming out. And that's what just even made it just worse. I mean, I just started to really just buy whatever I could. And now I consider myself a collector, and I just want to collect and collect. And now I'm trying to get my son. He loves Teen Titans. He watches all the shows, and he just absolutely loves it. And that's where my passion and my fuel from. And these are my top 5 comics that I cannot absolutely live without. Number 5, Amazing Spider-Man 129, first appearance of the Punisher. Number 4, Giant Size X-Men number 1. Number 3, My Incredible Hulk, signed by Stan Lee. Number 2, New Mutants 98. And my number 1 comic that I will never ever ever give up, my Amazing Fantasy 15, signed by Stan Lee. Alright, this is for you, Dr. Drvonchilla. Again, congratulations. Mahalo.